Hello and welcome back to another video, and today I'm just going to be showing you guys the hockey basics, like from beginner to my age, U13, I don't know, something like that. So yeah, from beginner to, I don't know, to what I am, I guess, and yeah, let's start at the beginning. So let's just start with skating. So you're gonna first get on the ice like this. First step, bend your knees. You're lower to the ground, which means your balance is gonna be better. So then you're gonna end up starting like this, or maybe even worse, like this. And honestly, that you're gonna be like that for a while. But always for where to start is just go like this. Do C cuts like this, and that's the first step to being able to skate. And then once you can do that, you're eventually going to end up to working up to skating what I like to call the chop phase. You're going to skate like this, and you're just going to be chopping the ice with your skates. And that's where everyone starts, right? So you're going to go like this. And that's a good start, to be honest. And then eventually, once you're past that, you're going to go into a smoother phase like this. And this might take even a year for some people or more to skate like this. And honestly, hockey's one of those things where it takes time. So, and this video is gonna hopefully make it easier for you guys to skate quicker and learn how to skate quicker. So to let's skip the chopping phase, and you're just gonna go like this. And then once you can do that, you can pretty much do anything with skating. There's not much more to it, honestly. Once you get good balance and you bend your knees, you're gonna start to get really good at skating. And that's pretty much all for skating. There are some other things, but these are just the basics, like I said. So let's move on to the next. Okay, so once you learn how to skate, you need to learn how to stop, right? So to stop, let's say you're skating, you're gonna start like this, and that is a very good start. Once you get like that, you can pretty much do stop, like exactly. And then you're gonna go like this and stuff. And I mean, that's how you're stopping. You're gonna do a pizza, what I like to call, like this. And that's how you stop pretty much. And then eventually, you're just gonna turn, and that's how you learn how to do a hockey stop. You're just gonna skate forward, turn, and there you go. That's how you can skate and stop. So now we're gonna move on to once you learn how to do all of those steps, we're gonna do a proper hockey stop now. So you're gonna come back, you're gonna skate, and you're gonna push. And then once I can barely even do this now, but I like to call this the T-stop, where you stop like that. That's just fancy stopping. And that one's really just something you can practice on your free time. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing. Now for probably the one that you've been waiting for this whole time, and arguably the most important one, shooting. And this is one where I can't say much. There's lots of things that we can go into, which we're not going to get into today. But I'm just going to talk about some basics about shooting. So when you first start to shoot, you're going to be shooting low like this. So you're just going to shoot like that. And then I know a couple of people are starting, and how they shoot at the start is they just took a clapper down the center of the ice, which works, honestly. But it's sometimes not the most accurate. So we're just going to talk about some wrist shots, which in my opinion is the most important shot ever. So you're gonna start it right at the base of your stick, and it's eventually gonna work down to the end. So you're gonna stick handle, and it's gonna work down to the end. I'll show you guys the slow-mo. So in the future, your wrist shot is getting mastered. You can hit bar down. And I arguably hit the net. And you're going to be getting good at wrist shots. Now you're getting tired of wrist shots. You want to learn something new. Now here's where the hardest shot comes in, the snap shot. So this one is more of a pull. So you're gonna stop touching the puck for a split second. So you're gonna pull, let go, and then hit it. So I'm not the best at it, but I'll show you. That one didn't come off my stick. That one did. Sometimes it'll make a really nice sound. But anyway, I'm okay at them, I would say. Anyway, my point is snapshots are the hardest shot. There's not much to talk about it. All you're basically doing is sucking it in like this. You're gonna let go, and then you're gonna put all your body weight into here. And if you want to get really hard shots, I recommend doing this. This is one of the most important steps. So most people are gonna shoot like this. You have no power. And now look at what happens when I shift my body weight. That. So anyway, shots are one of the hardest things to learn. Eventually, you'll get good at it if you're committed to hockey enough and you practice enough. But even if you don't practice, you'll still end up having a shot. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, we're back here in this spot, the red line and the blue line. We're gonna do backward skating and crossovers. So with crossovers, we're gonna start just by going like this. That's where you first start. You're just gonna go like this, and then eventually you're gonna go like this. And then eventually you're gonna go like that. And I've been playing hockey my whole life, and I'm still not as good as I would like to be, but I mean, that's gonna happen. So eventually that's gonna happen. So let's start how you're gonna do that. So again, bend your knees a ton. So bend your knees and then just cross over. Whoa. Anyway, yeah, there's not much to this one. If you do practices, you're gonna do this a lot, trust me. And yeah, let's move on to backwards crossovers. Okay, backwards crossovers, once you learn how to do it, you are going to do it so often. So it's just like this, and you can get speed this way. You can, even if you're just backing up to do something, crossover, crossover, crossover. And then you can get speed like this. And yeah, it's a pretty basic skill to learn. It's a like I've got a few people who are just starting hockey and they already know how to do it. Not fast like me, but they can still do it. So yeah. Okay, so we can stop, we can skate now. What's the next step? So whether you're playing hockey or just going to play some shinny, you want to learn how to pass, right? And there are some NHL players, if you can notice that, have insanely good passes. Connor McDavid has the best passes in the world. If you watch some of his highlights, you'll notice that. But anyway, I'm not Connor McDavid, so we're just going to show you some basic passes. So you're going to start with the sweep, where you go like that. And that's pretty much, if once you get good at that, that's where wherever you want it to go, that's where it's going to go. Sometimes you're going to mess up, but where everyone starts, and this one bugs me the most, is this pass. It's like the people who you're passing to are scared, or you're gonna like take a ripper at them. But no, it's like you're gonna start like this. That's how it's gonna be. But once you get past that, you're just gonna try to go and gently tap it. And then once you get more advanced, you're gonna end up doing some saucers. That was a bad sauce. That one was better. But anyway, yeah, passing's practice thing, I would say. And it's also, yeah, definitely a practice thing. And eventually you're going to get way better at it. And it's one of those more satisfying things in hockey. So let's move on to the next one. I think that's going to be it for today's video. If you would like a more detailed video, getting more into the basic, or getting more into like the shooting, the skating, stuff like that, just comment and I'll do it. As long as it's before summer, because this is natural ice. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.